Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Loretta Daniels Notes. I'm here with Lamar University. I am here to speak to you about whether drug addicts should be put in hospitals for medical treatment instead of prisons. Although people are convicted of crimes and sent to prison, they should not be denied medical treatment, but they should be held accountable for the crime they committed. For example, if a person has a drug addiction that results in liver cancer, or he or she is about to go to prison, in the prison, he or she is about to go to prison or in prison, I believe that the person should be treated at the prison hospital, and when their treatment is completed, they should be transferred back to prison and serve the rest of their time. The only exception to having a person with a medical condition from doing their time in prison is if they're totally incapacitated, or they are en route to prison, or becomes incapacitated while they're in prison. The reason I want you to think about this is because you're taxpaying dollars, because you're taxpaying citizens, and it's important for you to know how your taxpaying dollars are being spent in the prison justice system. The question we asked ourselves is, when it comes to drug addicts going to hospitals for medical treatment, how is our taxpaying dollars working in the best of our interests in the for the prisoner and the prison system? Our taxpaying dollars are best served by keeping criminals in prison to do their time, providing rehabilitation so that they won't return to their communities committing the same crimes or doing something worse. Instead, we want to see ex-offenders return to their communities, reuniting with their families, finding good jobs, becoming productive citizens. We just don't want our tax dollars paying for bed spaces in prisons, but we want to invest in the vocational classes, GED classes, and helping inmates get their college degrees. Jail time versus rehabilitation has been around for a long time. In 2012, New York's University psychiatrist professor James Gillum restraint, but also for recovery. The Professor James Gillum made the argument that prisoners should be placed not just for restraint, but for recovery. The only rational purpose for a prisoner to restrain who are violent while they're being kept to change and their behavior or return to the communities. And that's Lamb 2004. Why should we care about this? According to the Bureau of Justice System, 2008, an estimate of 800,000 held in the nation's prison mid-year of 2007 were parents of minor children. According to the Western 2010, 2.7 million children have a parent behind bars. One for every 28, 3.6% has a parent incarcerated. According to 1 in 110 white children, 1 in 15 black children, and 1 in 41 Hispanic children has a parent who is incarcerated. That's Christian 2019. Black children, 6.7 or 7.5 times more likely than white children in the percentage to have a parent in prison. Hispanic children, 2.4, were more likely to have 2.5 times more likely than white children have a parent in prison. Glaze of 2010. It is safe to say that regards to the race or gender, most families living in the United States have a family member who is incarcerated, so it is very important we take a special interest in rehabilitating inmates who are addicted to drugs and how our tax dollars are being spent. I appeal to you with the utmost intensity that you take part in lobbying our local officials to put a place alternative to treat drug addict prisoners with medical conditions and their same time holding them accountable for crimes they committed. Thank you. Thank you.